Hi, my name is Rich Korzep with Sysco Los Angeles. I'm an executive chef there, and today we're going to make you a smoked duck pizza on a flatbread, oven-fired flatbread. Okay, this is kind of geared towards the California fusion, California cuisine, where we're trying to keep things somewhat simple, trying to get products that are familiar with the territory of California, things that are sustainable, organic, items that are ready to be available from our farmers and growers. And so I'm going to start comprising this pizza here for you. And what I'm going to do here is actually brush this lightly with a little bit of olive oil. But before I get started with that, what I'd like to recommend, or at least caution you to when you're doing this, is you want to air dry this out just a bit. Because what will happen is this will increase or actually slow down the time in the oven that you'll have, and you'll be able to turn out pizzas 5 to 7 minutes tops. Okay, the other good reason, or the other reason I bring this in too, is because I like to bring a lot of products in where I can utilize them not only in one instance, but I can also carry them over and cross-utilize them. So what I usually do with this is I'll tell the customer I can actually make a pizza out of this, and I can also do a nice wrap with this, or you can do these, cut these down and olive oil them a little bit, sprinkle a little bit of smoked paprika and maybe some herbs on there, and use it on a hummus plate, which is real nice. So this is what it looks like currently, and this is what it is air dried. So you can see the pliability in this as a wrap, and you can see this as a pizza. So this is kind of what we're looking for here. And what I'll do is lightly brush this with a little bit of garlic infused olive oil, okay? And we really want to go light on this. We don't want to saturate the dough itself or the bread, because then it gets real soggy and then you have a flimsy pizza, and we're not looking for that. We're looking for something that's crispy on the bottom, that's going to hold the ingredients on there. So let's get those edges pretty good. I think we got a fairly good coat on there. So we just want to accent that just a little bit with the garlic and the oil, okay? And what I'm going to do now is take a little bit of this Manchego cheese here, which is a sheep's milk cheese, and then I have a blend here also with it with a sharp provolone cheese, okay? And so we're just going to hit this and kind of just even it out. We want about 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch of a border on the sides here, and we're just going to kind of spread that around, okay? We want a good amount of that cheese on there, just to hold the accompaniments with it. Okay, I think we're getting close to it. All right, I think we're almost there to start doing the other toppings. What we want to do is kind of spread that out just a little bit more. Okay, I think we're pretty good to rock and roll here. All right, what I want to do is actually hit this with a little bit of salt and pepper. It's a blend. And I kind of come across this quite often when I'm visiting restaurants and stuff like that, where the guys are actually doing a pepper by itself and a salt blend by itself, or a salt by itself. What I always recommend is always to have a blend of this. It's a 7 to 1 ratio, 7 cups of salt to 1 cup of pepper, and have that around the kitchen instead of having to chase down a pepper and a salt everywhere. And just load them up in all your stations. Here I have a little bit of fresh thyme. Okay. Just a nice coating of it. I have a chiffonata basil here. And a chiffonata basil is actually just a little bit smaller cut than a julienne, almost a thread-like, if you will. Okay, and I'm just going to kind of spread that out a little bit. Okay, and then I want to hit that with just a little bit of dried chili flakes. Okay, we just want to give it a little bit of zip with that. Kind of pick it up a little bit. All right, so that should be enough there. Then I'm going to hit that with a little bit of golden raisins that have been sitting in a little bit of sherry wine. Okay, we're just going to top this. We don't want to go too heavy. We just want a little bit of sweetness in there, because we're going to hit this with a Cabernet syrup at the very end, so we don't want to overpower it. We want to be able to taste everything within the pizza itself. So then I have an oven roasted red tomato. I'm going to put a little bit of this. Just kind of if you can do it decoratively, that would be great. There's no sense in rushing it. You know, everybody likes to eat with their eyes first. So what we want to do is just kind of lay it in there. Take your time, because like I said, this pizza is not going to take that long to make. So if you can put a little bit more time and effort into it, it's the best way to go. Here I've got a little bit of caramelized red onion. All right, we're just going to kind of set these in here. All right. All right. Just kind of spread them out a little bit here, a little bit there. We don't want too much of it on there. This is more or less a little bit of the sweetness again we want in there, but we also want a little bit more color in there as well. So we're starting to get a little bit of contrast in here now, starting to pick up a little bit. So I'm going to throw a little bit of these baby heirloom yellow tomatoes into the mix here. And then we'll just set that on there. Just kind of lay them in there where you see some gaps or where it looks nice aesthetically. Okay. Okay. And I think that looks pretty good right now. And what we'll do is we'll take some of this julienne smoked duck, okay, and we'll just put a light layer of this in here, okay, just a light layer. We don't want too much of that because we want to be able to taste all the other elements, and we just want a little bit of that smokiness in there. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good. Then we'll actually hit this with just a little bit more of the Manchego cheese and the sharp provolone. Just a little bit over the top, just to kind of cover it just ever so slightly. Okay, and there we go. And then I'll hit this with just a little bit more fresh thyme. And I will do just a little bit more fresh basil. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll load this onto our pizza screen. Okay, there we go. And then what I'd like to do with this is I prefer not to throw this away. Try to get as much of the ingredients used as possible. There's nothing dirty about the tabletop we're usually working on, as long as we're sanitizing it, so we're not losing any profit here. Okay, and then this is going to go into the oven. Okay, and in about 5 to 7 minutes, we'll have a nice smoked duck on a flatbread pizza. Okay, I believe our pizza is done now. And as promised, 5 to 7 minutes. I think we were around 6 minutes tops on that. But as you can see, the air drying of this is going to help you produce a quicker and faster pizza. And you can turn over tables or get your appetizers out faster. You could do this as an entree as well. This is a very, very nice item. It's very high profit for the end user in all applications. Okay, this pizza here is under $3 to make, and you know, I have a lot of places selling this anywhere from $12 to $15, which is a very, very nice profit. Okay, so we're actually going to slice this. Okay, and then I'm going to come back the other way. So we got 6 nice slices in there, and I'm going to just kind of line this up on this plate here. Okay. And we'll just kind of shingle them and turn them different ways, so you get a little bit of a little puzzle match piece going on here. All right, and so there you have it. And then I'll finish this off with a little bit of edible microgreen flowers and a little bit of cilantro microgreens tossed in a little sherry wine vinegar and the garlic infused olive oil. Okay. What I like to do with this too is also hit this with a Cabernet wine gastrique, or otherwise Cabernet wine syrup. It's just a reduction of caramelized sugar with Cabernet wine, and it's reduced down until it coats the back of a spoon just like a caramel would be, except there's no butter added to this. Okay, and so what we're going to do is we're just going to drizzle this back and forth so we have a nice presentation here. Just keep it clean and simple. We don't want to overload it. And then what I'm going to do is actually take these microgreens, we'll toss them in this bowl here. Let me get rid of this dish. Just a little bit of salt and pepper. Salt and pepper is key to everything. You don't want to over season it, but you always need just a little bit. What I'm going to do is just drizzle a little bit of this garlic infused olive oil into here. Just catch the edges. We don't want to put the olive oil straight down on the greens itself. It'll weigh it down and you're going to have a gloppy mess there and nothing's going to get dispersed. So always hit the edges of your bowl as you're doing this. And the same with the vinegar. We'll just kind of go around the edge of the bowl here just a little bit. probably no less or no more than 1/8 of a teaspoon. Okay, and then we'll just give this a quick toss. Okay, just make sure the greens are nice and coated. Okay, and then we'll just kind of line this up down the center of the pizza, so to speak, just a thin trail. Okay, we don't want a whole lot, we just want enough for aesthetics and bring that pizza color up and make it pop as it's going through the dining room. As I said, when people see food that looks good, they're inclined to come back more often to try that out again, make sure it's the right thing. Consistency is key, color is key. And this is our finished product. This is a smoked duck pizza on oven-fired flatbread with a Cabernet wine gastrique and microgreen salad tossed with garlic-infused olive oil and sherry wine vinegar. And my name is Richard Korzep from Sysco, LA.